Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. This is Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Now a chance to check out tonight's starting lineups. First for the Kings, Thomas and McLemore, the backcourt tandem, and it's Cousins in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Then there's Rudy Gay, and it's Thompson in at the 4. And for Los Angeles, CP3 at point with Redick there, the backcourt. And inside at center, along 6'11", the sky-scraping big man out of Texas A&M, DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Jared Dudley, and it's Griffin in at the 4 slot.
You know, for a long time, people would look at Staples as the Lakers' home where the Clippers just happened to be sharing space. But the Clippers let everybody know that they called this Staples Center home as well last year. And I thought they were a force in front of their rabid fans.
Well, Clark, as you said, the Clippers really starting to make waves on the landscape here in L.A. as they surpassed the Lakers in wins last season. You know, a big part of that was, Steve, their ability to win here at home.
Yeah, 32 wins here at Staples, and when they got out and ran, this place was really rocking. And this Clipper team has a roster full of guys that can make a play that ignites a crowd, and some new additions this year, new coaching staff. A lot going on for this Clipper team.
Here's Gay.
Well, an interesting revelation regarding Rudy Gay came out recently. I mean, he's had vision issues for years and refused to wear corrective lenses, contacts, or goggles. That might explain why a player with such a great looking stroke would struggle with his shooting percentages from outside.
One falls, so he hits both of them. On defense, the Kings. Ball passes to Redick. Redick gets a screen from Griffin. Off the screen. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. And Clark, you talked about Rudy Gay declining to wear contact lenses. Steve, that doesn't seem to make any sense to me.
Well, there's got to be a good reason for it, and I haven't talked to Rudy about it. But look, I mean, every player has to be comfortable out on the floor. You either, wear goggles or wear contacts or don't wear anything at all. I mean, whatever is comfortable, that's the most important thing.
Now here's Dudley, following the miss by DeMarcus Cousins.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
Sacramento with the ball. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Mike Malone had a few moments to share with me. I asked him how he was going to slow down Blake Griffin in this one, and he told me, any way we can. He went on to add that he didn't really have any one answer for Blake because he is such a dynamic player, adding, you see the dunks in the highlight reels, but he can hurt you in a lot of other ways as well. Really, we just have to throw everything we can his way. Guys?
Thanks, Doris. Paul against Thomas. He dishes it to McLemore. Here's the 3. No good.
Kind of rare to see him come up empty on a wide open look.
Paul kicks to Dudley. Paul outside. Oh, and he's going up for the alley-oop here. And Griffin slams it in.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And that's the play we're going to remember when this game is all said and done.
For Sacramento, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Gay kicks to Thomas. From the arc. The shot no good. So the Clippers will take it the other way. The feed to Redick. Rejected by Cousins. Outside Thomas. Feeds it to Gay. Thompson right side from 18 feet away, and he gets it to go. For First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. Griffin sets the screen for Paul. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
You know, guys, you look at Chris Paul's path to greatness, and it's really kind of a neat story. When he was in high school, he didn't even make the varsity team until he was a junior and cracked 6 feet tall. And the school he wanted to go to, North Carolina, understandable for a kid who was in the state of North Carolina, the Tar Heels didn't even offer him a scholarship.
Williams, he's checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. Both shots good from the stripe.
And with Chris Paul, he ended up playing 2 seasons at Wake Forest, led them to a Sweet 16 appearance. You know, the school retired his number 3 jersey back in March. So for a guy so lightly recruited out of high school, what an incredible achievement.
And his twin brother has been just as successful in the insurance business.
That's right, Cliff.
Yes, Cliff. Terrific, terrific. In fact, he handles my home and auto.
Does he?
Yes, he does.
Wow.
Yes.
I have an umbrella policy.
You do? He's a great assistant. Yeah, wonderful. Now, Reddick. After the missed 3 from Derek Williams. Just 5 on the clock. The shot's good from Paul.
Well, he wasn't phased at all by the bigger man on him. And on the low block, I thought he might be.
You know, Steve, I thought maybe he'd prefer to bring him out to the perimeter, but whatever works, go to it.
Now, here's McLemore. He kicks it to Thomas. Jordan with some nice D.
Some rugged defense there against one of the stronger finishers in the game.
Got that one up quick.
And I really like the set they ran there.
The Kings trail by 3. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
There's McLemore. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
That was a good rebound right there, but they haven't been very strong on the glass so far.
Well, they've got to meet the energy that they're facing right now. So important to battle on the boards.
Now here's Jordan. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. McLemore dishes to Thompson. Inside. Gay passes to Thompson. And stolen by Jordan. Rejected by McLemore.
Things have kind of gone south for him here in the quarter.
Williams, a screen on Dudley. Thomas kicks to Williams. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas.
Beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done.
Clippers have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Paul dishes to Griffin. There's 45 seconds left in the first quarter. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
Looked like he may have been showboating a little bit at the end of that one.
Thomas with the ball. He's picked up by Paul. Thomas against Paul. The dive for the ball. Now, here's Thomas. Defense right on him. Jacks up a 3. Rebounded by Dudley. Clippers leading by 3. Paul outside. Paul gets a screen from Jordan. Outside for Griffin. Plenty of space. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Gotta love the inside-out game there, guys.
Thomas outside. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. And that does it for the first quarter. Clippers ahead as they end the second quarter on a 12-4 run. And back with the start of the second. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
And the difference to this point has been defense. This club has really gotten after it, and that's what's gotten them this lead.
Well, there's nothing that's gone up that hasn't been contested so far.
Here's McCallum. Takes the elbow jumper and drains it. McCallum's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Kings. Now here's Turkoglu, covered by Ace. Crawford drives in, and the layup falls. Crawford's got the lead up to 5 now for the Clippers.
Well, the Kings gave up the most points in the league last season, guys, but new coach Mike Malone has a great reputation as a defensive mind. He's shown that as an assistant with the Hornets and the Warriors. And in both cases, he helped those teams get better defensively. They're expecting him to do the same thing with the Kings.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Gentlemen, Jamal Crawford's patented shake and bake crossover, one of the flashiest moves in the league. A behind-the-back crossover followed by a hop step the other direction. He said it was created out of fear. At 16 years old, in the Seattle Pro-Am League, he'd been locked up by an older player, held to only 2 points. He faced him again in the Pro-Am All-Star game, unleashed the move impromptu, and it worked so well, he decided he had to master it. Guys, it's been one of his calling cards ever since.
That's right, Doris. Thanks.
He definitely keeps defenses on their toes.
And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And you look at the defensive numbers for the Kings last season, one of the worst rebounding teams in the league, among the lowest in blocks, in fact, Steve, in the NBA.
Yeah, there wasn't much going defensively in terms of a scheme and a competitive edge to this team. And that's what Mike Malone is trying to bring to them. He wants to hold them accountable, to really bring a toughness and an edge defensively. And that's the goal this year.
And AC kicks to Outlaw. Pass to McCallum. Drills it from outside. McCallum's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, I'm not necessarily a big fan of him shooting that shot, but they did give him the space.
Here's Green. There's the bucket. Good.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yep, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
And they call an illegal screen here.
Well, an illegal screen is one of the toughest calls for the official to make.
You know, I agree with you. You've got to have some sympathy for the referees when they have to make calls like that, but they get paid well, and they're the best in the business, so they can handle it.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Collison's out there. Good. And now it's a 9-point Clipper lead.
8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
And it's not necessarily strategic, Clark. It's just a matter of playing with more heart. You got to play hard, guys.
Here's McCallum. He's got 5. And AC kicks to Outlaw. Shoots. Misses off the right iron.
Well, Jamal has always been able to provide a spark of offense in a hurry, but last year he was a force unto his own coming off the bench. A terrific mid-level acquisition for the Clippers.
AC the pass to McCallum. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. The tray. You know what? The Clippers go the other way with it. And for Crawford with the Clippers, his best shooting since the 2009-2010 season, Steve, when he won the 6th Man of the Year award.
Well, and he came close to winning it again last season with the Clippers.
Sure did.
He's a guy who can create his shot as well as anybody in the league. And the ability to hit tough shots. He's the kind of player you want at the end of games who can create something out of nothing and hit winning shots.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Williams, he's checked in for Outlaw. Gay comes in for Quincy Ace, and Thomas subbed in for McCallum.
Guys, DeMarcus Cousins, the 5th pick out of Kentucky back in 2010. Nobody questions this guy's talent. He has tremendous skill. Players with his size and skill don't come along very often.
Jared Dudley's checked in for Matt Barnes. Collison with it. Williams picks him up. Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession. Thompson, he's checked in for the Kings. Sacramento with the ball. Trailing here by 8. And Clark, you mentioned the size for Cousins. Physically, he can overpower Steve a lot of plays.
Yeah, tremendous rebounder, and he can get to the foul line. Offensively, you know, he's got the ability to step out onto the floor and make shots. I mean, he's really got the total package. The question is, can he just improve his overall game? Can he continue to mature and become the dominant player that he's capable of?
It'd be interesting to see him on a good team. With some real nice role models on that team.
Absolutely.
People People rave about his skill set.
Last year, Blake's stats were down, but I thought his impact on the floor was about the same. With that said, in order for him to really take the next step, he's got to be able to knock down the perimeter shot with consistency.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. Of course, Blake Griffin played a career low in minutes last season. The team looking to save him for the postseason.
And then, ironically enough, he ends up with a badly sprained ankle during that series with Memphis. So things just didn't go quite well for the Clippers or for Griffin in the playoffs. But they had a great regular season, best record in franchise history.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
Thomas against Collison. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. And the Clippers lead by 7.
This seems like they're finding an open lane to the hoop every time down. It's 5 buckets in a row for them in the paint.
Yeah, on the flip side, Steve, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Hey, guys. Well, for Doc Rivers, the former Boston Celtics head coach and now new Los Angeles Clippers head coach, and certainly a tough emotional choice for Rivers to move on. His quote saying, "I always knew when I took the job with Boston that I would love the Celtics. I knew I would love the tradition and the players, but I had no idea how much I would fall in love with the city and the people in it. Honestly, I get emotional thinking about it. I will cherish every single moment I had in Boston." And guys, hopefully that love returned by the Beantown faithful.
Well, Doris, that fan passion can cut both ways. Sometimes you have to take the good with the bad. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Shot clock at 6. Williams dishes to Thomas. Here's the 3. That doesn't go either for Thomas. It'll count. Can't get it to go. And we finished one half of basketball. The Clippers on top. They lead by 7. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. Well, Doc, as we get into the second half, what do you expect to see from this offense you're facing tonight?
Well, they're moving the ball. They're just playing to the hot hand, and we got to expect that. So let's not let anyone get hot. That would be nice.
Coach, thanks for the time. Gentlemen, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow here on 2K Sports.
Now, presented by Sprint.
And a fun game going on out in Los Angeles. Thanks for joining us. The Los Angeles Clippers in front against Sacramento. Their second unit giving them instant offense. They've gone to their bench for scoring, and they've answered the call. The game's leading scorer, Blake Griffin. At the break, 7 points, and has been very efficient, converting his shots into points with a nice field goal percentage. And still in it, the Kings hanging around. And defensively, they've done a good job grabbing rebounds, limiting second chances. Rudy Gay getting it done early. What a nice boost they've got out of DeMarcus Cousins as well. That's all we've got here. Now, back to Kevin, Steve, Clark, and Doris for the second half.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
We welcome you back, and always plenty of hustle and bustle here in Los Angeles, California.
Mike Malone, the new head coach of the Sacramento Kings, son of a former NBA coach. Mike has been credited with helping teams improve their defenses, whether it was in New Orleans with Chris Paul, last season with Golden State, but Malone very well regarded in NBA coaching circles.
And he gets it to go. Thomas got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Kings. Los Angeles leading by 5. Paul kicks to Griffin. And there's the big-time jam as he slams it right over Cousins.
Sublime stuff, guys. Absolutely sublime.
Clark, he's going to start putting on a show now.
Well, that's usually how it goes, fellas. I mean, once they're in front, well, that's when they really let him loose.
And that replay is sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. And the Sacramento team, Clark, not without offensive talent, but their defense has been their shortcoming.
And that's the area they've got to ramp up and improve. And Coach Malone is going to have an opportunity to put his stamp on this team by improving them at the defensive end of the floor. Boy, you look at the Clippers, and they clearly are one of the most entertaining teams in the NBA. One of the outstanding team shows you'll see. They have fun, they're up and down. But they're a hard-working group, and a lot of that you have to attribute to their leader, Chris Paul.
Dudley, no luck.
And the defense got away with a major lapse there.
Thomas with the ball, now guarded by Dudley. Off the pick. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Thomas. And now looks like we've got an injury here, guys. We'll likely see him come out of the game.
Yeah, and as many times as you see it, Clark, you never like to see a player have to come out of the game with an injury.
Especially when it's your own teammate. But the other guys just have to step up in the meantime to make up for his absence. Next guy up is what we say.
McCallum, he's checked in for Sacramento. It's stolen by McLemore. To the inside. McCallum with the bucket. McCallum's got 7. Well, Clark, as you were taking a look at the Clippers, they are a fun team, an amazing product so far with big names all around. But, you know, Steve, they've got to work hand in hand to make sure they're always at their best and not take things for granted.
Well, I think it's still a team that's a work in progress. You've got a young front line in Griffin and DeAndre Jordan, great point guard in Paul, but the new additions have helped, and I think it'll be interesting to see if they can gel during the playoffs.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Doc Rivers address his team. The strategy included running the offense through Griffin. Coach directly asked him to take the reins and to start to make a bigger impact than he has been to this point, saying the offense isn't the same without him leading it. Those could prove to be crucial changes to their strategy with this game getting ready to enter the stretch drive, Kevin.
All right, Doris. And Dudley kicks to Reddick. Now here's Paul. He's covered closely. 5 to shoot. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. No one covering. And it's a 7-point Clipper lead.
And they've made 3 of their first 4 shots here to start this half.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. McCallum, the pass to McLemore. Takes a 3. He is hauled in by Los Angeles. Jordan's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
They are really getting the work done inside with their rebound.
Yeah, not giving up too many second chance opportunities, which is always important, and it's been one of the reasons they have the lead right now.
Paul dishes to Griffin. Fades, and it's the Clippers scoring again.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
So the Kings call timeout. They're first.
He can't be pleased with all these easy looks they continue to give up in the paint.
They're just way too porous as a defense right now. A lot of holes in that defense. It's a good time to use a timeout here.
A big group substitution here for Sacramento. Here's McCallum. 7 points in the game. Sacramento again missing. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Mike Malone as he addressed his team. He said, we're missing out on second chance points. He wants them going hard to the offensive glass for the rest of this game. He also wants his players putting pressure on the defense with early offense. Lots of shots and an aggressive approach in general whenever they've got the ball. There's still plenty of basketball left to play, and as we watch how these adjustments play out, Kev, it'll be interesting.
Thanks, Doris. The Kings trail by 7. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
And that one's good.
Solid screen right there that freed him up for the jump shot.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Okay, time now for an injury report.
Well, guys, the Kings head athletic trainer gave me an update. It doesn't seem like too drastic of an injury. A return tonight is out of the question, and he'll probably need a fair amount of time beyond that.
Thank you, Doris. Boy, you always hate to see anyone ever deal with any sort of injury.
Yeah, but it's part of the game, Kevin. Almost everybody goes through it eventually as a player, so you just have to deal with it the best you can.
Unfortunately, it is that, Steve, and It's painful to watch your teammates out there because you're helpless in that situation. Jamal Crawford is a water bug quick 6'5" combo guard with his great ball handling and ability to stop and pop. He's going to get his shot, and he's a terrific scorer from just about anywhere.
This one for three, and it's the Clippers with the rebound. Crawford's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Plenty of space, and he hits the jumper for 2. And now it's an 8-point Clipper lead. You mentioned the scoring for Crawford. His defense a little more suspect.
Well, he's quick and he's got long arms. Never been a physical defender. And in certain matchups, he can struggle. But look, he's out there for his scoring. There's no question.
Outlaw's shot is off.
Now you can see why the defense is willing to let him take that shot. That's really not his range. Now that is a quick bucket. Pretty good in transition.
That's right. That's exactly right. He loves when he gets the chance to get out and run. That's when he's at his best.
And McCallum kicks to McLemore to stop the run. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
Unfortunately, that's been the result for him over and over, guys. He just cannot find the bottom of the basket.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. To the wing right side, and here's Barnes for 3. The shot misses. 4-on-3 break. Here's AC, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Textbook right there. Nice pass, great catch, beautiful finish.
And here's Crawford. Again, Los Angeles.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Clippers lead by 10. We end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit. We'll make it tough to come back. And a moment now to take a look at our State Farm assist of the game. With 6 in the game, it's been some excellent court vision from Chris Paul.
Well, he's been key to their ability to find the open man and really get the offense operating smoothly.
Los Angeles leading by 10. Jordan sets the pick for Paul. Jordan with a screen on Gay. Paul passes to Turkoglu. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, Hedo Turkoglu is in the final season of his contract, and last season endured a suspension for performance-enhancing substances and really never found any kind of rhythm in his season. We'll see if he's able to bounce back this year.
First one falls for him. Well, Clark, you mentioned the positive test for Turkoglu. The league now implementing tougher testing measures for the players.
Yeah, incorporating blood testing. There's been a feeling that it was a bigger issue in other sports and that NBA players weren't using performance enhancers. I think that's generally the case, but you might as well have a system in place to assure that that is right.
And so Turkoglu nails both of them.
Well, when it came to getting wins away from Sacramento last year, the Kings were anything but kings of the road. Only came away with 8 wins as the visiting team last year, and that puts them near the bottom of the league in win total. Well, after a horrible half of shooting, they bounced back here in the second half and picked up their shooting percentage quite nicely.
Collison off the pick from Jordan. Passes it to Paul. The shot's good. Collison making the play. 7 points for Chris Paul. And back to the Kings on the road for a second. That total of 8 road wins had them tied for the fewest in the entire Western Conference, Steve, along with the Suns.
It's not a surprise when a team is just bad, when they don't have an identity. There's no way you're going to be competitive on the road. They didn't defend, and they were selfish with the ball. Other than that, they were fantastic.
Outside Collison. Into Jordan. And stolen by Cousins. Gay against Jordan. Good on that shot. And with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut to just 9 on the basket from Gay.
Well, you've got to like the focus that they're showing here in the second half. I see a lot more effort as well. I mean, it's amazing when you lock in mentally and bring some energy and intensity, things can pick up in a positive way for you.
And that one's good.
Virtually uncontested. It's nice to be able to add to the lead without really having to work for it.
The Kings trail by 11. Now a timeout called by Sacramento. The short rest very important, and one of the benefits of this part of the game is getting on the same page with your team while having the chance to hydrate with Gatorade. Replenish your energy for the late game push.
And refocus, Kevin. You got to take care of your body, and I think we ought to drink some Gatorade here too. I thought I noticed some slip-ups here the last couple minutes from your end of the play-by-play.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
During that break, Coach Mike Malone had some words for his team. He let his players know that they've got to do a better job on defense. He said, they're scoring any way they want. We've got to show some pride here. Let's make a stand defensively, get us stops, and get on a run of our own. Do they have it in them, Kevin?
Well, for Derek Williams, the number 2 pick in the 2011 draft, he didn't play huge minutes for the Timberwolves his rookie season. But with Kevin Love out with the injury last season, Williams did play a lot at that 4 spot. And he was hoping for a breakthrough season, but just did not happen that way.
And that one falls for Williams. Going back to Derek Williams, billed as a great scoring forward, Clark out of Arizona. You can see he has a nose to score, but the percentages so far haven't played out in his favor.
Kevin, only 43% from the field last season, a below-average rebounder as well, so to realize his potential, he's got to be more efficient offensively.
Gay outside. No luck. Good D by Jordan.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle. And that's held true in this one so far, Steve.
And even if it's only a modest advantage that they have in that category, it's still a significant factor.
McLemore dishes to Outlaw. Good ball movement here by the Kings. And McLemore kicks to Gay. Out to the right wing. Here's Outlaw. Drops one in from the wing.
I tell you what, fellas, we're seeing some really good ball movement out there.
Yeah, well, 10 of their last 12 points have come off of assists.
Jordan sets the pick for Paul. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in.
Well, the pick worked really well there. Nice job taking it right to the 10 for the layup.
Here is Outlaw, defended by Paul. Griffin against Williams. Dishes it to Gay. The fadeaway, and the shot is good. Gay's got 6 points in the quarter.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
Paul, right side, and it's Jordan with the jam.
A little bit of a magic act here, pulling off the Houdini to make that catch and slam.
Stupendous alley-oop.
This crowd just stunned at the sight of that one.
The Kings trail by 10. Now Outlaw. Pass to Gay. Kicks it to Outlaw. Pulls it up. Rebounded by Dudley. Dudley's got his 3rd rebound on the night. There's 1:54 left in the 4th quarter. Reddick passes to Paul. Baseline jumper, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. And now it's a 12-point Clipper lead. Here is Outlaw. Outside Williams. Fires the 3. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
Well, an 8-rebound advantage like the one they have now is always going to swing the score hard in that team's direction.
And that's certainly been the case today. Their rebounding has made a huge difference.
And Cousins kicks to Outlaw. Gay dishes to Outlaw. That one wide left. Clippers leading by 12. Griffin a screen on Cousins, and the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
We've just seen them make mistakes on back-to-back trips, but those turnovers could have been avoided. Careless mistakes.
Absolutely, Clark. They've got to have a tighter handle on the ball.
The Kings making a switch here. McCallum's checked in. The Kings trail by 12.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. A statement victory for the Clippers.
You know, Clark, their big advantage was points in the paint.
Well, they pounded that ball inside, Kevin, and operated down low. It worked for them consistently.
Beyond the actual result of this game, I think fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Chris Paul. And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone on his team on offense. A serious game-clinching run. They've taken off here. Impressive.
No backing off. What a surge at the right time.
Shots good by Gay.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
The Clippers have gotten it done so far from the field here in the fourth, going 6 for 7. Redick passes to Jordan, and he banks in the layup. And the Clippers lead by 11.
Terrific job taking care of business in front of the home fans.
And, Steve, I thought those fans, those home fans, gave this team a big lift all game. A lot of positive energy in the building.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Paul gets a screen from Griffin. To the left wing. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And no question, he got bumped on that shot.
Definitely no room for discussion on that one.
2 shots.
No good on the free throw, and the Kings will go for a different look here. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. Gay kicks to AC. Back to Gay. Here's Evans. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
He's a grinder. Love what he does under the offensive boards, really bringing energy and life to his team.
And so Los Angeles takes the win. They pulled off this win, Clark, with respectable performances on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I think it was just really a nice overall effort, Kevin.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Blake, tell us about the energy out there tonight. It seemed like there was a ton of intensity on the floor.
Yeah, that's something we talked about. You know, we talked about not being complacent, settling for jump shots, talked about getting to the hole and playing tough on defense, and I thought that's what our guys did tonight.
Thanks for your time, Blake. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. Now, our Jordan Player of the Game, Chris Paul.